Not even the depths of hell could have forged a diamond this special.
So I just want to show like how inefficient other drivers do, like, or secure their trucks. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying, like, I've noticed a lot of other drivers burn a lot of unnecessary time. While I'm sitting here waiting for my truck to get called on. So notice how he rolls his strap forward. Kind of defeats the purpose of helping the strap unroll by itself. Because it's, when he throws it up and over, there's a good possibility it's going to twist. I don't know if this is a company driver or he's an operator. Look how much extra force he has to put into it instead of just throwing the strap and then being confident that it's going to just roll off the other side. See how many times he goes back for that bar. Oh, man. Get some more oatmeal in my system before I go out there and try to help him, because I have not eaten all morning. Lies, I had a sleeve of Ritz crackers, but that's about it. Well, this is what I watch when I watch other companies train their drivers. Or not even train their drivers, but when I watch other companies and their drivers secure a load, this is what I watch. So he doesn't know what to do. Starting off in too high of a hole. He needs some PB blaster or some WD-40, which I keep forgetting to be up on. That's what he needs. He needs to do that. Keep on cranking. That's what we got to do in the winter time. Like, why would you leave your bar on the ground, bro? Just stick it in between the wood or rest it up against the tire. Oh man, this guy's working way too hard. Look at that. See, this is... It hurts me to watch him struggle like that. Now, I don't know if he's struggling on purpose or if he's just dragging butt on purpose, or he's doing it because he genuinely doesn't know any better. But Let's see if we could get out, help him out, give him a helping hand. Let's turn on my laptop here. Excuse me. Let's see if he accepts my assistance. See how smooth this goes. So right here, I jump out the truck with my bar, and I'm like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And he's like, "Not much. Just strapping down the load." I'm like, "You need any help?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm good." I was like, "You sure?" And he was telling me that something about his straps, and they were getting stuck. And then, I had told him I don't mind helping him if he needs help. So I walk over there with him. And I was like, all right, I'll let you do it if you want to do it. But if you definitely need help, let me know, man. I'm right here. I'll help you out. So I'm explaining to the guy that why doesn't he roll the straps backwards so that when he throws it over, it's less effort. He can just toss it instead of like really putting his whole shoulder into it. And he was like, well, that was the way he was trained. So I'm telling him like, yo, if you roll it back, it'll unroll itself like gracefully instead of him having to like javelin throw it over the entire load. And he was telling me that he actually left the company Warner because of lack of training. And I wasn't surprised because it wouldn't be the first time I heard that. So I was like, all right, man, let's get it done. Let me show you like a more efficient way to do it. And then I noticed that he doesn't hook his hooks on the rail. He actually tucks them behind the entire winch. So it's like when you roll it up all the way. And I told him, especially if he's a new driver, he should get in the habit of hooking the hooks on the rail. And he said, well, that's how his new company, which is the company that he works for now, that's how they trained him. And I said, all right, well, you can do it how they trained you, or you can do it how as a professional driver and what works for you. And I said, part of what I do is I train on YouTube, and I do training tutorials and stuff like that. So right here, even myself, I was struggling a little bit because the way that the strap winds up, the more you loosen it, the more bulgier it gets, and then the more friction it has on the inside of the winch. So I myself was struggling, and that's why I told him to just start hooking the buckle onto the rail, because if he gets in the habit of tucking the straps away the way that he's been doing it in the wintertime, he's gonna have a heck of a time trying to get them off when they're swollen with water and frozen in ice. So when the temperature plummets, he's gonna have a hard time getting them undone. So right here, I'm still struggling a little bit, because you kind of gotta feed it backwards and walk it backwards. So I tell him watch out for the truck, so just to get out his way. Still struggling with it. There we go. Finally start to get it. So I'm telling them right here, just pull out the strap. You always want to have more than enough than not enough. And I'm explaining to them I know two methods. The first method is the more accurate method, but it takes a little bit more time. But it's more accurate when you need to be more accurate and precise in your throw. And that's the cinnamon bun method, where you roll it backwards, you create the eye, and then you toss it. You toss it over the load. So I'm showing them, when you go to throw it over, it should just gracefully unroll. He doesn't have to put that much effort into it. See? Now I'm making fun of him because he was like really putting his all into throwing the straps on the first 3 or 4 straps I watched him do. And then I was telling him I could show him the other method, which is just like chucking it over, and there's really nothing to it. And I told him, like, he's working way too hard. Most of the new flatbed guys I come across, they hate it. And I'm like, you only hate it because you haven't been broken in yet. Like, when I did depot, I got my butt handed to me almost every day for 2 years until I finally got it. 6 months after I got the job, I was really efficient, but that doesn't mean I didn't make mistakes along the way. And it's okay to make mistakes, just admit them and learn from them. And when I showed this gentleman, how we do it, and that's just the toss method, he was he was in such disbelief. Like, he couldn't believe that I just did what I just did. And I'm like, yeah, man, it takes some practice. And a lot of people, they fail at this when they first try it because they end up throwing the buckle directly at the load. And almost everyone does it, Um, and it's a common mistake. It's something to laugh at while you're learning, but it's, for people that are learning, they get very stressed out and intimidated by it. So some people, they can handle the criticism, others can't. So right now I'm feeding the strap through my hand, making sure it has no kinks in it. And then I told them, you always want to have the rub rail hold some of the weight of the strap. So it can bear the load of the strap, because if not, he's not going to be able to toss it over. And then watch this. So now I'm winding up the strap because he pulled out almost the entire length of the strap. I was like, you should have more than enough than not enough, but he pulled out the entire strap. So right there, he threw it directly at the load. That was funny. I was laughing at him. I was like, yeah, you gotta try a little harder, man. So second attempt there wasn't anything special. And I told him, don't be so hard on himself. He'll get it in time. It just takes practice. And I said it took me a while. And when I first got trained for flatbed, I didn't have the luxury of sitting here practicing. It was like go, 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 go all the time. All the time. Because when you run LTL freight, it's not fun. So while he's still practicing, I decided I'm going to move my truck up because the other trucks have moved up already. I would have skipped this part, except he's still practicing throwing. So yeah, the only thing is I didn't take the GoPro out the truck to record everything else, but he was a little intimidated because the buckles kept coming off from underneath the rail on the passenger side. So I went over there and I showed him how to do it. The only thing is that his company has their own brand of 4-inch straps with their own custom name on it and stuff. And one thing that I noticed was that his straps, although they're probably really durable, they are very, very rigid and stiff. So it makes it really hard for new drivers to build confidence because they don't really know what they're doing. So, and they are going to have the impression that all straps are going to be that stiff or that hard. And then once you lose confidence as a driver, it's really hard to get it back and to build that back up. That's why I always show my flaws on here, to let people know that I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes. And yes, it's okay to be hard on yourself, but don't be down on yourself, because at the end of the day, your worst enemy is the person that you look at in the mirror every day. So, my encouragement to any new drivers watching this footage, if you have any questions, reach out. If you need any tips, tricks, or tutorials on how to, if you type it in on our search bar for the channel and you can't find it, shoot us a DM on Instagram, shoot us an email. leave a comment down below in the comment section of videos that you would like us to provide for you, and I'll get them out as soon as I can on how to do whatever it is that you need help with. But in the meantime, I do appreciate you guys watching this content. It means a great deal to me. It means a great deal to my team. Please make sure you let us know that you like this content by smashing that like button. Leave a comment down below, subscribing, hitting that notification bell so that way you get all of our notifications whenever we release new content. And share this video. It's free. It helps out the channel tremendously. And, our fan base is growing each and every day. And, just 2 weeks ago, my driver Chris got recognized just for having the company brand on the side of the truck. He got recognized twice by two totally different guys. So, that means that our videos are definitely getting out there, and, the public is being made aware of who we are and what we do and stuff like that. And, I thank you guys each and every day, and I if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Later.